Welcome to the final chapter of this FE12 H4 Reverse Recruitment LTC. We begin by using our remaining gold to buy some more stats boosters. Alice needs 3 more arm scrolls to reach A rank sword. George gets 2 more secret books to further increase his crit chance, which again is going to be helpful but not strictly necessary. And finally, we buy an energy drop and 2 goddess icons for Bantu. In this map, Bantu must be deployed because he replaces Merit and is needed to recruit Alice's replacement Mars. But as I promised in chapter 20, we'll take this opportunity to make Bantu great again. Remember that 20 might 1-2 range dark brass weapon that we obtained for Bantu? I think Bantu will kick some ass with that Earth Stone if we just feed him a few stats boosters. Let's distribute these boosters and those left from before. Alice and Ast each gets a Draco Shield. George gets 2 secret books as I mentioned. Now Bantu takes the energy drop that we just bought, as well as those 3 drops bought from chapter 21. Look at that 47 attack after Rainbow Potion. Absent an expensive forge, that's one of the highest physical attacks in this game. We're also going to make Bantu more tanky by giving him 2 angelic robes and 2 Draco shields. With 38 HP and 23 defense, that should be good enough. That plus 15 defense from the stone itself is pretty amazing. Apart from Bantu, there are 3 other units that must be deployed in this map. George replaces Minerva and he needs to recruit Maria's replacement Roddy on the right side of Medeus. Ast replaces Sirius and she needs to recruit Nina's replacement Luke on the left side. Finally, Thomas replaces Julian and he needs to recruit Lena's replacement Cecile, who's directly below Medeus. But let me note here that in addition to Alice and Lena, we're also deploying Nina and Maria to complete the original quartet of sister clerics. This is not just for the fun of it, as we will see. Without further ado, let's get into the final clear of this run. In turn 1, our units move up and get into position to recruit in turn 2. The key here is to position in such a way to minimize the number of enemy dragons that will go to the middle 3 vertical lanes, because they will block our recruiters from moving up next turn. I'll talk more about details later. For now, let's note that Fina needs to start at this position and dance Bantu in turn 1. The reason is that even from the best position, Bantu needs 19 tiles to reach Mars, which cannot be achieved with a single dance in turn 2. But the tiles exactly work out if Fina starts at the best position instead and dances Bantu in both turns. Ast and Medeus protect Bantu and Fina from being attacked. Then George full moves upwards and uses pure water. Oh, I meant Parthia. But Parthia is actually not even as good as pure water because Alice now needs to move next to George to swap his weapon to the forged killer bow instead, which has more crit. Here Alice moves below George to avoid giving support to Medeus, who will need to bait dragons to attack him over George. Finally, Thomas, Maria, and Nina move up as much as they can while staying out of enemy range. Let's take a look at the positioning and how the enemies will move. The left fire dragon can attack both Medeus and George, but Medeus takes priority because he has slightly lower board. This is good because the fire dragon won't block our recruiters. The left ice dragon will also go for Medeus and stay out of our way. The right fire dragon will move down to attack Lena. And then the right ice dragon will also move straight down to attack Katria, who we intentionally chose for this clear because she doesn't have super high defense like Samson. So that's 4 dragons out of the way. There's also a mage dragon in the middle. It will go for George, who has lower resistance than Chris and Ast. With the +2 might killer bow, George will kill this mage dragon as long as he crits in one of 2 hits, with a crit rate of 43 per hit. That crit is the only thing we need to rig in this enemy phase, and it has a very high chance of success. The 2 fire dragons and 2 ice dragons are baited as we planned, and George crits the mage dragon. Excellent. I forgot to say that Ast is in range of a wyvern coming from top left, but that's it. This wyvern is going to be the only enemy blocking our way in turn 2. In turn 2, Katria first crit kills this blocking wyvern. Lena then fortifies. We can now recruit the 4 brothers and kill Medeus with a collective effort by several units. Horseman George first moves up to talk to Roddy. And after their conversation, George can still attack Medeus with Parthia. It deals a somewhat pitiful 2 damage, which amplifies to still small 6 damage with crit. But that's a good start. Next up is Paladin Alice equipping Felchang at A sword rank. With a 20% crit, she does 72 damage to Medeus, leaving him with only 21 HP at this point. After this, Thomas Fu moves upwards and recruits Cecil. Then Nina, Maria, and Mechanus also full move up to provide support to Chris. By the way, Chris took the bound drop before in the Battle Crabs to receive support from Nina and Maria. Our next Medeus killer Paladin Chris now moves up to attack Medeus using Gradivus. Normally, Chris deals 4 damage to Medeus before getting doubled and killed, but at this position, Chris receives maximum support from 4 allies, reducing Medeus' hit rate from 98 to 58 and increasing his crit to 38. So Chris was able to simultaneously crit Medeus and dodge one of his attacks, leaving Medeus with 9 HP. After that, Cecil did what she's best at, which is to give strong weapons to our units in need. Here she grabs the Gradivus from Chris and waits for our next Medeus killer Ast to retrieve it. Ast moved up to recruit Roddy, and after that, she's able to further damage Medeus to 5 HP with Gradivus by dodging one of Medeus' attacks in order to survive. Only 5 HP left on Medeus. Do we have units left? Yes, we still have the greatest of all time, Bantu. Bantu now moves and gets danced by Fina, and he's now ready to deal the final blow to Medeus with his 47 attack, 1-2 range Dark Breath. Let me make a save state here because it's such a memorable moment. I'll finally be able to deliver my promise to make Bantu great again. I couldn't even type well because I'm so very excited about this. Let's go. Bantu exactly reaches Mars with 6 moves. He pats Mars on the shoulder and completes our recruitment. And now, Bantu can exactly finish Medeus at this position. Well, so long as Medeus doesn't crit, but I'm sure he won't. Medeus didn't crit and Bantu survived. Yes, Bantu also hits, he's done it. But why is my screen freezing? That's kind of weird. Let's go back to that save state and try again for this epic moment. Bantu goes again. He talks to Mars. And he attacks Medeus. No crit. Yes. What's going on? It's even worse this time. I think the game certainly crashed. Alright, let's return to the save state again. I really want to keep trying this Bantu kill, but I fear that my computer will get a virus next time and I'll lose all my recordings of this run. So that's it, guys. There's your proof that Bantu is GOAT because he literally breaks the game. I still want to finish this run though and get a final turn count. So let me be lame here and resort to the old school Medeus kill by Mars. Look at Mars. He can't even cleanly kill Medeus like Bantu can. Mars is so bad that I have to suspend rig this kill. Anyways, Mars did it after all, clearing the final chapter in 2 turns. That's also the end of this FE12 H4 Reverse Recruitment LTC, completed in 109 turns total. It's kind of fun to end with another glitch of the mod, since Mars is not supposed to get 2 HP level ups without the growth drop. Thanks for watching and see you some other time.